most countries should focus on this to build not just about GDP, but also how to grow our moral values. Hi, what's up guys? Imagine you're going to the country called Bhutan, where you have to pay $100 per day just for sustainability. In fact, it's called Sustainable Development Fee, where you have to pay to take care of the environments to make sure that your tourism is sustainable, which can be very expensive. Can you imagine you go for 1 week, right? And you have to pay $700. That's more than 2,000 ringgit, which can be so expensive. That's why you are going for a tour group. It will cost more than 10-20k ringgit. That's expensive. And also, this country also has this called a gross national happiness, where they measure happiness based on 4 pillars. And one of the pillars that I saw here is actually good governance, which now a lot of countries are now focusing how to achieve good governance by having the right person for the right job. The rest of the world are still focusing on GDP, but this country focuses on happiness. For GDP, we want to achieve high income status, so we are going for that to increase GDP per capita so that we can reach high income status based on a benchmark being set by World Bank. That's actually something a lot of countries are doing now, but it doesn't mean that you're happy. It doesn't mean that you are better off because your country has high GDP per capita. So take an example of some countries where you have high GDP, but most people are still getting low pay, or they have high inflation in the country. They still got a lot of issues like poor welfare system, all this kind of stuff. So not sure about Bhutan, but Bhutan is focusing on happiness. Our country like Malaysia should take examples or even take reference from this country. How do we take care of the local people by measuring happiness? And the happiness that they're talking about is not about just being happy, being sad. It's about 4 pillars. So one of the pillars is actually good governance, like cultural preservations, environment preservations, all this kind of thing. So which can be part of the 4 pillars. So check it out of the 4 pillars from internet. You will see what the 4 pillars means based on Bhutanese way. So what do I think about this idea? And I'm quite interested to know your opinion about this because I found that it's very interesting, where most countries should focus on this to build not just about GDP, but also how to grow our moral values. How do we link ourselves with sustainability? How to link ourselves with our nature? I think that's very important. So we stop deforestation, stop destroying our environment. It's something that we should focus right now. So that's all for the video today, and yeah, it's a very short video to talk about Bhutan. So I'm sorry if I just make any misinformation. Also, I'm not talking so well, but I keep improving myself so that I can give a better content and make better videos. So I'll see you on the next coming video. Bye bye.